Yep. As of right now, we're doing some two-lane. Oh, we're going to go play up in the heavy traffic. Kind of doing a late afternoon run back to the cities, which... yeah, it's going to go how it goes. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of interesting footage up there. Yeah, the back roads around here, I can see a lot of rural Canada on them. Beautiful day down here. Temperature is perfect. Hopefully it'll make up for how this is going to finish out today. But essentially, we're going up, we're delivering, we're coming back, taking a different loaded trailer home, and then we're done. No, I wouldn't be surprised if that makes its way down here then. Yep, that sounds exactly right too. That's the unfortunate thing, especially pulling equipment on the road, like, you know, pulling oversized loads. People just don't think. No passing lane? Not a problem. They'll just do it anyways. They always do. Hell. Oh. Somebody lost some furniture. Good morning, hello, welcome on in. Oh, wait, no, we're afternoon now. Good afternoon. I have not been paying attention to the time. It is for right now. We'll be on the interstate here shortly. Oh, come on, truck. Come on. There it is. Yeah, we're going to baby it on this one. No point in getting up there any faster than I have to, because all I'm going to do when I get up to the cities is sit in it. Hey, that was a good stop at a stop sign, young lady. Do better. I don't even think you saw there was a stop sign there. Yeah, it's kind of impressive how they don't see semis. You would think I'd stick out like a sore thumb, but apparently not. I'd say overall today is going pretty well. Not too shabby of a day. We just got a lot to do, and we got a lot more work to do when we get home as well today, so it's going to be fairly busy. Tomorrow is going to be basically the same thing. 2 loads to the cities. It'll be probably between 12 to 14 hours. Really not going to have too many days this week under that. We just jumped on I-35. So now we're heading northbound to the cities. We got some pretty strong wind right now too, so my truck's definitely been fighting it today. I think my fuel mileage has been getting kicked down pretty good too. Might look like we're swinging around a little bit. We are. Oh, some horses. There's one here in Minnesota as you come in on I-35, and there's one down in Iowa. Otherwise, where we travel to, there's just, yeah, we don't cross much. The one I passed earlier today was in Iowa, and that's not too often that I actually wind up that way. It's just how my runs work out. I never usually wind up by them. Oh, come on in. bet that was a lot more of a relaxing drive than it is nowadays. Now to get to 94, you got to do a little bit of bouncing around. And well, you'll see what we're going to wind up with when we get up here. It's going to be probably about 40 minutes with the speed we're at, but maybe 45. But if it's anything like it was earlier today, yeah, we'll be kind of sitting in it. Truck's already covered back up with bugs. That's nice. Just washed this thing. Hard to have a nice clean truck when you apparently drive through nothing but bugs. Impossible to keep it clean. Or at least how I want it clean. Okay, yep. So you'd go up top there in Detroit over. You're running around the top side of the UP then, correct? I'm reading that right. Yeah, that would be the top side of the UP. I remember over on there. Shit, that's been years. Used to love going up there, except during the winter. During the winter up at the E, that was different. Yeah, yep. Okay, yeah. So you were right up there at the tip top, running across. Yeah. It'd be nice to get to do a little more adventuring like that. I am kind of hoping here that I'll get to hit some over the road runs every so often, but I really got to play it careful because, you know, if I'm going to be gone, it's got to be like a 3-day trip at most, because I can't be gone from home that much. I got a lot to take care of at home, so unfortunately there's just not a whole lot else that I do. Once I get into the other truck, and I have a powder trailer at home as well with my other trailers, then we'll be doing a little bit more bouncing around back and forth between doing powder and doing recycling, and yeah, then we'll have a little bit more variety in our hands. But for right now, we're going to keep kind of trucking along with what we're doing. Yeah, Iron Mountain, Michigan. Yep. Nice. Oh, I bet that was a really pretty drive. It's always nice to get out in the middle of nowhere and just cruise down some roads. Used to love doing that when I was going out to like Idaho and Washington, Oregon. Used to love cruising on those back roads out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, yep. Tell you though, that'd be a fun experience to try out. Trying to bring a log out of the mountains, that would be some wild adventuring I would do. £80,000 trying to come down like a 6-7% grade hill in mud. Oh yeah, I would live for that. Just to try it. I don't know about doing it full time, but just to try it would be pretty neat. To do quite a bit of bouncing around with what I'm doing here, you know. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I haven't gotten to go that far. I've been up pretty far out that way, but I've never been that far. That's crazy, isn't it? It's definitely something else. Never really think about it, but yeah, you know, you go all the way out to California or something, and you know, you're 2,000 miles away from where you started. You don't really realize how much of a distance it truly is. Kind of crazy. Yeah, it's nice right now. The drive is just kind of calm, not much to look at. As we near the cities, that's going to start changing, but you know, it's what I do. It's what we do out here. Recycling ain't going to move itself, so I mean, not yet anyways. Maybe it'll get to that point. Yeah, that sounds like a hell of a round trip. That's a really far round trip. But I bet it was nice getting to see everything you saw and running on paper logs, having the freedom to kind of stop when you wanted, sleep when you needed it, you know. I think that's the biggest thing I really miss about not having logs about having paper logs is just that ability to rest, you know. Like, I don't sleep 10 hours. I don't even sleep 8 hours, you know. 9 times out of 10, I sleep freaking 5 or 6. Don't get me wrong, it works being home at night because I take care of a lot of shit, but over the road, you know, it'd be nice to park 7 hours, get back up and go, run as I need to, stop when I need to. Like, it was nice when that was a thing. it'd be great to see that open up a little bit for some areas. But then again, there's always, more risk with that happening. Well, we got a ways till we're back up to the Twin Cities yet. Let's look here. So Minneapolis from where we're sitting right now is 69 miles. But we're not going all the way to Minneapolis. We're going to be in kind of a southwest suburb of it. So it's about 45, maybe 50 minutes. We're just kind of taking our time too, so I guess I had another 5-10 minutes for that, but trying to save a little bit of fuel today. The wind has been kicking hard. Come on back, driver, you got it. Yeah, they're on 35 here up to the cities. There's a couple pickle parks. That was probably one of the first things I noticed when I was up there. Yeah, there is not a lot of them. I think I saw a lot more on the 401 than I did anywhere else when I was over there. Up there, over there, there. Come on back, skateboard, you got it.
Thank you, sir.
It is kind of blowing my mind that 2 trucks in a row have actually had their CVs on. That is definitely not something you really get anymore. That's nice. Yeah, it sounds about right. I think there was a little, I don't know if it was considered a rest area, but out there at Highway 11, there was a little park that you could maybe fit 2-3 trucks in that I stayed at one night. Beautiful, beautiful. That's actually the same place I wound up cooking a can of soup on a fire. Had myself a little camp out when I was up there. Yeah, I believe it. It was a rarity to pick anybody up on the CV in Canada. I did have, I can't remember who the hell I talked to up there. I don't know if it was when I was delivering, but I was actually talking to another driver. I think he was working for the sawmill that I was delivering to, and told me that they use marine CVs over in Quebec, and that's why I wasn't picking them up on mine. And I was like, the hell's that? The hell's a marine CV? I ain't heard of that one. Welcome on in. I mean, now I can, pick up people from frickin' Puerto Rico on this thing if I want to. I just don't ever dance around on it too much. Yeah, that's right. Yep, the on routes. Can't say I often stopped at those. I definitely didn't stop at them to sleep. I had certain spots that I stopped at for sleeping because I usually have my route mapped out pretty much all the way to my destination from where I was starting, and would kind of time out everything to the truck stop I was going to stay at, and then I would look over the truck stop that I was going to stay at. Depends. Most days go by pretty fast. Most do. I can't say all of them do, because I've definitely had some really long days that by the end of it, you definitely know it was a long day. But with the excitement of going to the cities and playing around in the heavy traffic, construction, kind of getting the challenge with it, it goes by okay. I just know that my work is never done. I got a lot of work to do when I get home as well, and it'll keep me busy. Sorry, I was picking something up. Let's see. Yesterday, I put in 120 gallons, and I think it was $648 or something right around that area. I can hold up to 160 gallons on my truck. And I don't even have the big tanks on this thing. I've got two little 80-gallon tanks. If I was in one of the over-the-road trucks that had 150-gallon tanks on it, yeah, that number would be between $1,500 to $2,000 for fuel. I mean, even my pickup has a 38-gallon tank. The last time I filled that, it took me $123, something like around that area. Are they really? Oh, Tim Hortons is getting a little competition up there, huh? Didn't expect that. Nice. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I never really stopped at them. Nope, can't say I ever pick up hikers. In fact, here, I'll show you the sticker. Yep, no hitchhikers. Not to mention, I don't have a big enough cab for that. I definitely don't have a big enough cab. Oh, yeah, there you go. 300 gallons, $1,100. Yep. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. God, how many gallons did I put in yesterday? Because it was over 600. yeah, I put in 120, oh God, 122 gallons yesterday. And it was north of 6. Yeah, I've seen that the prices have started dropping a little bit, which is nice. Let's just hope they stay down a little bit. Then I can get back to just running this thing a little hotter. But as for now, I'm just save the company a little bit of money and try to save myself a little bit too, you know. Not far off from it. Not far off from that. Southbound, just past 48, exit 48. We got a big truck sitting on the shoulder getting a service call. Alright, so here's a real question. When's the last time anyone has heard of an advertisement across the CB? Because that is the first time I have heard advertisement on the CB in years. If you want it, you got it there, skateboard. Surprised I'm picking up chatter, but I might be picking up, to be honest with you. Because what advertisement was for said exit 112. Yeah, we're far away from any exit 126 around here. So I might be picking up some skip today. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I've heard advertisements for anything over the CB in years. So it just kind of blew my mind that we caught something for a truck wash. Like, you just don't hear that anymore. Unless they're talking on like a base station, which they probably are, if I'm picking them up where I'm at. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's kind of cool to hear that nostalgia come back over the CB. Been years. I mean, I definitely haven't been trucking since the 80s, but you know, CBs were a hell of a lot more common at one point in time. Right now we're just kind of playing around with the CB, seeing if we're picking anything else up. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's... I don't think that's gone away. I just think it's changed how it's advertised nowadays. I know Nevada is legal for a commercial company versus the other, you know, 47 states that you can get to. But I'm pretty sure a lot of that now is done probably through the phone or something. It was rare to hear anything over the CB back when I first started driving, so I'm sure it's pretty much non-existent at this point. Wonder if we can get... Oh, what do we got? We'll jump on the low side, see if we're picking anything up. Yeah, I got a few buddies that actually had CBs in their vehicles back in that day, and they used to do... He was telling me the story how they used to play CB tag. Sounds like a hell of a time. I would have loved to get into something like that. Yeah, it's hard to find any CB or repair shops around here. If I need something fixed on mine, I gotta ship it somewhere to get work done. Yeah, I know it's still a thing, but I can't say I ever stop anywhere to actually hear anything over the CB for that kind of stuff. Yeah, CB bingo, there it is. No, I like running what I got in here. You can't get these anymore, you know. That's why when I had the chance to pick them up, when I picked them up off that old timer, I took it immediately to do it. I still haven't quite figured out if this thing is a standard, if this has been a 10 meter that was converted to 11, or if it's still a 10 meter. But I can tell you now, on the low band side, I can jump all the way down into the 10s. On the high side, I can go all the way up into the 28s on frequency. So I know it's got a lot of channels to it, but as to jumping around on them, I really don't. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, that made my day too, actually. That was definitely not something I thought I was going to hear today, but it's pretty cool to hear about a truck wash. Couldn't tell you where the hell that exit is or what state that's even in, but exit 126. I ain't got a clue unless it's down. Nah, there's not even a. We're at exit 59. So I had to pick that up on Skip from somewhere. Well, come on in. Yeah, I know this thing has had work done to it, so I know it's pushing out. It's pushing out 100 watts of modulation just at a standard power output. Alright. Couldn't quite pick up what that was coming through. Come on up here, over. Ah, crap. I'm on the wrong channel. You got your ears on there, oversized? I know you got a CV in there. I saw it running a combine. Come on back, you got it. Oh yeah, yep, there you go. That's perfect, yeah. I pick up, on cloudy days, I can pick up Puerto Rico in my truck. Yeah, we're gonna back her down and stay out of the turbo a little bit. I don't think this truck's been a happy camper lately. She's been running a little warm. Nothing crazy, but enough to where I'm just gonna keep it out of the turbo. Oh, that's probably why you couldn't hear me. Damn it, I was on the wrong channel. Talking to that oversized, oops. Oh, we just picked up Florida. Lorax 507, Lorax 507 up here in Minnesota. Just reaching out if you're picking me up down there in Florida. Might not be picking me up down there. Well, let's see what else we can pick up today. I haven't played around on this thing in a while, to be honest. All right, we picked up something. Oh, did you wind up grabbing that run? There you go. Nice. 2 combines, 2. Nice. Well, that'll keep you busy. Alright. That's on channel 6. Picking up quite a bit there. But we'll sit up on 19, kind of hang out where we generally do. And we'll play around on that a little bit more later on, but we're going to be getting close to the cities here, so probably just going to be good to focus on traffic once I get closer. It is definitely going to start picking up here shortly. Channel 24. Alright, shit. Let's see if we pick anything up down here. I'm only a few miles away from you, alright? We'll jump up the band and see if we get anything. Welcome on in. Jumped in at a good time. We're not too far out from the cities, so we'll be playing around up there pretty shortly here. Nice. That sounds like a good time. Getting some equipment like that ran. Yeah, too bad I don't have my own truck, otherwise I'd run under you down here. Well, depending on how bad the wife would skin me, but yep. Yeah, we're jumping around right now on some side bands, seeing if I can pick anything up. Hey, anytime you want to try, I am totally up for it, because I bet we could do it. I know I can talk. I've talked to a few guys down in Florida and over in California, so I know I can reach. Hey, caretaker. Nice to have you in here, driver. We're just pissing around on it, not really picking up a whole lot. Nice. Oh. Lorax 507 up here in Minnesota, just reaching out to see if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Well,
you sound so good coming down through this way, and wish you a good Father's Day too. And hope you and the family doing well. Be
happy Father's Day to you as well down there, and I hope you have a wonderful day as well. All right, well, we just picked up North Carolina, so yeah. I can't even say it's cloudy up here, so I'm happy that we actually even got that far out with it. But we'll jump back up on 19 since we're getting closer to the cities. And we're gonna leave it up there for now. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Nice. That's a hell of a reach, caretaker. So the radio that we are running right now, we've got a Galaxy DX44V. It's been peeped and tweaked a little bit, so it's pushing about 100 of modulation out, but I've got it paired with a Wilson 2000 antenna, and I actually wound up having to get a frequency counter so I could figure out where the hell I was at on it. But it's kind of the first radio that I've actually had that has sideband and can actually reach out that far. But pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to play around on it too much lately. The fact that we got out to North Carolina with it was pretty cool. For it being a pretty clear day, I'm pretty happy that I got out there. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's something else when you get to reach out that far. I can usually pick up, trying to think of the farthest places I've caught. So Panhandle, Florida. I picked up Washington State. I picked up California and Puerto Rico. Currently we are on I-35 northbound heading towards the Twin Cities in Minnesota. We're going to be getting up here to play in the traffic shortly. We've just been kind of running it slow today, letting the turbo just do its job and not really pushing her. Nice, very nice. I bet that thing was a hell of a unit you had running. Oh yeah, we'll be back to playing bumper cars real quick. Hello, welcome on in. Joined at a great time. Traffic's gonna start picking up and we can watch all this stupidity together. Go over educational topics, anything you guys are after. Striker 440 Volvo, little foot. Jeez, nice. Shit, I tell you what, caretaker, now I gotta find somewhere to get mine peeped and tweaked. Well, actually, I would like to send the other one that I have out to have it peeped and tweaked. Get that one put in and then restore this one. Problem is, finding a shop to touch equipment that's older than 20 years is kind of being a challenge. I almost got to find a small little mom and pop shop to get work done. I was going to send it down to the Walcott I-80 truck stop shop, but they won't touch it if it's over 20 years old. And from what I gathered from the guy I bought this from, this thing is probably 35 years old. The guy that I guess built this radio passed away, so I don't even have someone I can call as a reference about it. And I can't tell you, I don't know shit from Shinola when it comes to pulling these things apart. Maybe when I go to put this in my other truck, I'll take it out of my truck, open it, get a video of what's inside and put that up and see if anybody can identify what's going on in there. So it's weird because when I go to my low band side on my frequency counter, it goes all the way down to 10 point, I go all the way down to the 10.00s. Like, it goes all the way down, and then on the high side, the highest it goes up to is, I think it's 20. Here, you know what? I'll tell you in a second. Let's jump up to channel 40. Stick it to the highest side. So on the highest side of my frequency counter, I am looking at 28.75. If I flip that little 10 kilohertz switch up, 28.76. But yeah, so you get the idea. It goes up really far, and it goes down really far. But I don't know enough to know enough, if that makes sense. I'm very wet behind the ears yet with it. Oh, hey, I just saw some flicker on channel 40. Hold on. What's got going on there? Oh, I thought I saw a flicker. Never mind. Probably just seeing shit. Nice. Oh, I bet that thing's got some reach. I'm picking up something right now on channel 37. It's not coming through very clear. That's all right. Yeah, the in-between switch, the 10 kilohertz, because then you can jump on some of those. I don't know if they call them hidden channels, but I know they're on like 13, 15, 17, and like channel 9. Yeah, it just gets you into that in-between phase, but up on the high side, just to see how high it goes on the frequency, because if I can tune in right, we have a weather channel that runs on like 160, 162 or 16.2. I've got a radio at home that tunes to that frequency. I've been wanting to tune it onto this so I can just not have to carry that one. 1,000 watts of power. Yeah, I ain't pushing that. Not anywhere close to that, but it's pushing out. It's pushing out about 100. Nothing crazy. We did just get a hold of a guy down. Just talked to a guy down in the Carolinas though, so that was neat. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. This thing will jump down to it, but yeah, no, I got you. Yep, 162 megahertz. I think it was 16.2, but yeah. But I can't, I don't know if I can get to that or not. I'm pretty sure I can. Oh, okay, 162. All right. Well, I'll play around with that here later. I'll find a frequency for weather around here that I can tune into. I just won't be able to for now because we're going to be sitting in a parking lot here shortly. All right, now we'll start ramping it up. Ooh, somebody's brakes got hot. I can smell that. Somebody was cooking them a little bit. Doesn't smell like it's his tanker. I think it's the dry box that's sitting up here. I think he cooked his brakes going down that hill a little bit. I don't think I have, to be honest with you. I don't believe so. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's see if we got room to get over. Yep, we're clear. Alright. We'll get out of that hammer lane. One 62550. Let's see if I can pick it up. Kinda. My numbers are bouncing around quite a bit here. Oh Jesus. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Yeah, so when I got into that frequency range, and the numbers of my frequency counter were kind of bouncing around. So that might be something I might need to look into that a little bit. But I'll definitely dive into it later and see if I can do a little more research on it, at least when I get time to. But welcome on in, Texas Junebug. Nice to meet you. Hey, Shooting Star, welcome in, buddy. Jumped in at the right time. .162. Okay. I'll definitely have to see if I can't catch that. Tanker, what the hell are you doing, man? Jump in your lane. Jesus. So far, so good, buddy. We're on our last load right now. We just got to get this one off, go down, swap off, put another one on, and we're gone. Oh yeah, should be a pretty good deal. We just talked to a guy on some sideband down there in the Carolinas. You know, as much as I want to, I'll probably just stay in the truck today. Appreciate that. 162.55. Alright. I'll have to see if I can get that. If I can pick that up on here. Nice, dude. There you go. 162.55. Alright. Yeah, I'll have to I'll play around with it when I'm getting unloaded, see if I can catch that frequency up here. Okay. Yep. 162.550. Happy to hear that's coming along for you. Well, actually, traffic is not as bad as I thought it was going to be coming through here, to be honest with you. Oh, jeez. Trying to keep it between the lines here. Lord, they don't make this road easy. Hey, you have a blessed day as well. Thanks for jumping in and checking it out. I appreciate that. Hope to see you on the next one. Jesus Christ. Talk about staying in your lane. Lord. That almost got hairy. Thought that dude was going to be in my front end for a few seconds there. Good God. How is it people can't control a car coming through there, but yet I can, somewhat manage this thing going through? Good gravy. Oh, that is the last place I want a fender bender, is in a construction zone. Because as soon as they go across my front end, I am pushing them until we're out of there. I've got it on a mount that's up on the mirror bracket, and then I've got I actually don't know the brand of coax, but I got a different coax running through the cab to the back of the CV. I tuned it with an old school Radio Shack SWR meter, but I'm kind of wondering if I don't have it set properly, and that's what's causing the fluctuations on the low band side. Because I could definitely see that being why it's doing it. But I tried to keep, nothing in between on the mounting bracket, so it hopefully isn't catching a lot there. But when I go to put it on the new truck that I'm going into, I'll probably go through that a little bit better and try to set it up better so it's not I'm not catching frequency, or I think they call it bounce. Yeah, I think when I go to set this up on the second truck, with the next truck I go into, I'm gonna get a really nice coax, and I think I'm gonna look at potentially upgrading the antenna from a Wilson 2000, even though I know they're good antennas, but I need to find a good setup for this thing. So I would imagine that's probably my problem, is I just didn't set it up correctly. Gotta watch it here. Okay. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, when I go to set the next one up, I've got a different setup in mind. Instead of putting my CV up top, I'm gonna probably have it set on the dash. We are driving a 2016 Freightliner Coronado with an older Series 60 Detroit in it. The truck we're in has a 13 speed. Here in the next couple weeks, I'll be going back to a 10 speed with another older Series 60 Detroit in it. Hey, tanker yanker, keep her over there. Keep that fucking thing over there, dude. What are you doing? Jesus fuck, dude. Keep it over there, my guy. Your truck looks nice, but it looks nice in your lane. Yeah, that's very true too. So the truck that I'm gonna go into has the old slit windows on it. So I should be able to run it right through that slit window and then run it right across the bottom of the windshield and over. Nah, it was an old timer driving that thing. I think he was just riding the line a little bit. It was a nice looking rig, I give them that, but yeah, they look a lot better when they're in their own lane, you know? Like, they look a lot better when they're sitting in their own lane. We better back her down here. Trust me, there's a lot of them I see out here that are texting. Four-wheelers and semis alike. Windows. Yeah, they're pretty. It's a pretty nice setup. I haven't had those on a semi before, so it was kind of cool to, the day I drove it, to actually open the window right there. Man, that thing, you get a lot of air coming through there. It was nice. I'm sure during the winter that'll help keep the cab pretty cold, because I can't imagine the seals are that great. That'll be on my bucket list for little projects to do. But it's going to be going into the body shop next week, and it'll be in there for a little bit to get a few things done. Hopefully they'll actually put the older school drop visor on it. I still got to talk to them about it and see if they will, but here we go. So once we get around this curve, that's when things are going to start getting really congested. We seem to be moving pretty good, but with heavy traffic and moving, we're going to see quite a bit Yeah, the truck we're in right now doesn't have draft windows, but that one does. I'm not sure if they came. I don't believe they came on there like that, so I was a little surprised to see them, but they're pretty nice. All right, let's see if we can get over here. Yep, we can. We are sitting up in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis right now. We're just making our way through here. We just we got this one load of trailer to get dropped or emptied, and then go drop and swap, take the other one home. But we still got another 4.5 hours till I'm home. I'll try not to. I'll try not to jinx myself up here. I'm really good at doing that, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really good at doing that. Southeastern Minnesota. I'm a local driver up here. Every once in a while I'll pull some over the road stuff, but generally I'm home every night. I'm pretty much a line haul driver at this point. I do a lot more dedicated. The next truck I go into is going to start opening up quite a bit of variety, but for right now, what we've been doing for about the past 8 months is running loads to the cities like this. Which this will probably still be my main thing I do, but they'll also have me jump around to pulling limestone powder, concrete powder, kind of going back and forth between Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota. Currently, we are up in Minnesota. You'll start seeing a lot of the, you'll start seeing the cities quite a bit here as we get north. We're just trying to watch it. Oh. Oh, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Welcome in from Decatur. You know, why do I know that one? I'm pretty sure I picked up plumbing from there that goes in the ground, like below highways. Big industrial tubing. So I used to come down there a lot during the winter. So far it's only about 74 degrees up here. It ain't too bad. It's actually pretty decent. I've just got the windows up because otherwise it's a little hard to hear myself. Stay the hell in your lane, car. Yeah, I saw you looking over here. Yeah, don't want to hit that trailer. He's got a nice push bar right there. That wouldn't be a good time. Let's see here. So my first ever over the road run I did was actually to Fort Worth. That was when I discovered that trucks are not really supposed to go through downtown. That was a very, very fun new experience for me. Yeah, that side dump in front of us. Yeah, he's got that nice big old push bar in the back for the bulldozers. Definitely wouldn't want to slam into the back of him. That would push my radiator right into my motor, and my motor probably into my cab if I hit that hard enough. But yeah, I used to go all over in Texas when I would come down there during the winter. I did a lot of moving cranes from north to south, and then just finding some type of reload coming home. But there's a lot of crane companies out from down there. Oh, maybe I can find a gear. There we go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, no, I definitely would be out of service fast. I don't think I'd have a choice in that one either, unfortunately. Yeah, you're not kidding. You know, that's what I need on the back of my trailers. Not for bulldozers to push, but for four-wheelers. Cruising through Minnesota. We're just up here in the Twin Cities. Yeah, you took away the safety gap there, four-wheeler. Good thing I saw you coming up. Jesus. Imagine if I wouldn't have seen that guy coming up on my mirror and he did that. We would have had ourselves a four-wheeler sandwich between me and that side dump. I'm always a driver and learning. Always a driver and learning out here. Hey, that's true. He is. He is definitely staying in his lane compared to that tanker that we went by. Good Lord. I thought me and that tanker were going to get to be real personal friends for a second there. Well, might as well not gain our speed. We're going to be slowing down anyways here. Yep, I'm learning every day out here. Learning every day. But I appreciate that. I try not to be just, stuck between the steering wheel and the driver's seat. Just about downtown. We're getting there. We're going to be coming up to the 94 curves here shortly. Yeah, downtown is if I stayed in the left lanes and continue straight when we get up here, then I'd be going pretty much into downtown. That's the same route that doesn't allow hazmat through it because of the tunnel. Yeah, it does. I don't know why that held. Sorry about that. Yeah, once we round this corner, you'll see it. You'll see a lot more of it. There we go. As we straighten out here, if you look to the left, you'll see a lot of the tall buildings. Yeah, so back in the day, well, before I came back to driving semi, I was an EMT for a year, and when I was working as an EMT and actually in my career now, I was also working as a CDL instructor at the college. I don't know, I haven't heard anything about teaching this year, so I don't believe I'm going back to that. But yeah, I've kind of bounced around. Oh, come on, where's my gear? Where's my gear? Let's go third. There we go. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sorry your message got hidden, but yeah, don't get me wrong. I like driving too much to go and run people down, unfortunately, but don't get me wrong. There's those days. You're not kidding. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a different experience to bring into driving, because I went to calls for semis versus cars, or semis tipped over, and you see it a couple times what somebody looks like inside of a car after getting hit like that. And it really makes you think twice about how you drive and operate a semi, because I gotta tell you, it's ugly. It's an ugly sight. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Same to you. Yeah, we're just gonna take our time going through here. We're not speed racing anything. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so you know what it's like. Yeah. Yep. It ain't pretty. People don't realize what they really look like when they get hit by a semi, but I compared it to a half-empty toothpaste canister. Sorry if that's gruesome, but yeah, that's pretty much what it was, It's not a good time when you push on the rib cage and everything just moves. It's like, oh, that's not supposed to do that. Oop, I heard tires screeching. Don't know what that was. The anti-shock garments. Oh, Lord. I think one of my favorite things to do was stick IVs in drunk people. That was always a fun battle trying to do. That was a big thing around here for me, was, that or the guys that were fighting on the overdoses. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for jumping in and checking it out. I appreciate that. I love when we get a good group going in here. and we could sit and shoot the shit because it makes my driving a lot better. Come on, I want that lane, van. Pop that throttles. All right. Oh yeah, no, we got good traffic up in here. So let's watch where people are going. One of these days I'm gonna do a competition to see who can guess how many people cut me off and see who's closest, because I gotta tell you, some days I could definitely make a game out of it up here. Yep, that's right. I'm not sure how many people are buying recycling, but you never know. I mean, eventually down the line it gets to them, you know? Jesus. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. It ain't good when you got bones coming out of the legs, especially with the femoral artery right there. I mean, you just basically look like a bleeding out Capri Sun at that point. You gotta be... Yeah, I don't know how the guys come up here and ride motorcycles. I had a guy earlier split between me and another semi in the construction zone. And I was like, dude, holy crap, that would have been an ugly pinch. It blows my mind the things people do up here and they don't think twice about it, you know. I'm not even fully loaded at 80,000, you know. I'm 10,000 under what I usually am sitting at. I'd still split a car in half pretty easy if it hit me right. Or if I hit it right, I should say. But thank God we're getting off. This is our exit. Now we just got to watch the people trying to get over in front of us. Keep an eye on the slow lane here. Make sure nobody jumps over. Okay, they're all sitting. All right, we're good. We're good. Yeah, actually, my one of my tattoos on my arm is fully dedicated to when I was an EMT. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely contemplated going back, but money-wise and financially speaking, it's it's not in the cards at the moment. And I don't think I'm going to have enough time to go back to school for a while, so. Oh. Come on now. There we go. Oh, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. I promise. All right. Yeah. That's about the same here for EMTs. They advertise at about $18.50 an hour. I was, I think, up to $21 an hour when I was an EMT, and I just, yeah, pushing 80 hours a week on the ambulance. And then, you know, when I was home, I wasn't doing childcare, so I had my kid. Like, I was averaging 2 to 3 hours of sleep and then trying to work on an ambulance, and it was absolutely brutal. So that's ultimately what kind of forced me back into this. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I was back and forth between doing transports and just running on the rig. Generally, I was paired up with another EMT or I was paired up with a medic. That would be nice. Yeah, if I made good money like that as an EMT, I would have never left. I would have stayed right what I was doing. I love being an EMT. All right, we are at our facility. Let's check out what we got going on up here. Hopefully we can get in right away because I don't think I'm pushing a lot for hours right now. Oh, there we go. Let's see what we got here. Yep, just under 70,000 right now. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I don't see any trucks sitting in line, so yeah, that's pretty nice to see. We might get in and out of here today. Be looking forward to getting out of here right away. All right, let's go get unloaded. Yep. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, that's the brutal part of being an EMT, because there were definitely days I was running 24, 28 hours straight, no sleep, trying to operate, and yeah, that was a rough time, All right, let's see what we got here. Perfect. Building is pretty well stacked up. We might actually wind up dumping on the ground a little bit, depending on what door they put us in. Oh yeah, it's always a mess up here. Always a mess up here. Especially when the wind gets going up this way. It'll blow trash all over the place, but I'll show you what we drove up here and what we got pulling behind us. So here's the rig that I'm currently in. I've been in this one for about 7 months now. And here's what we're pulling today. So we're just gonna go back here and kind of get ourselves set up so when we get backed in, we don't have to do a whole lot of extra, but we'll get that axle lifted up off the ground. And we're gonna come around the corner here, and let's we'll undo this bolt right now actually. All right, keep that nice and tight. All right, maybe we can't take that off just yet. Gonna need a little bit of tension on the door. Oh, come on now. All right, well, never mind on that, because I gotta be able to pop that chain off when we get in there. So we'll just take that one off for right now. That's really annoying. All right. Well, we'll deal with that when we get in there, but oh yeah. Yeah, no, I've got 3. The doors on my trailers have 3 of them. All right, we got our door. Let's get back in. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of weight that gets pushed onto these doors sometimes. So there's 3 locking mechanisms back there generally. There's definitely times where, like, I actually have a video up. I had to have one of the operators push their machine against the back of the door to get it to open. All right. Oh shit! Yeah, we're full. Yeah, we're full here. Yeah, building is nice and full right now. Nice and full. So I got a feeling as we're dumping, we're gonna have to pull forward. Let's see here. What way is my gate gonna swing? It's gonna come to the driver's side, so we need to keep it wide. There we go. So we're gonna have to do this one a little bit different because it looks like I'm just gonna be dumping and pulling forward as we're dumping. So I'm gonna have to open my gate outside the door here. Yep, fixed the shifter yesterday. Yes, it is. It is. All right, give me 1 minute. Let me go pop this open. I'll get everything hooked up, and then when we back in, we'll start unloading. You guys should be able to hear me. I've got my microphone connected yet, so it should reach to the back here. But we're gonna open everything up before we back in officially. Just need to get my hydraulic lines hooked up, which I can tell there's some pressure in the lines on the trailer yet. Just got shot with hydraulic fluid. Nice. All right, now we can pop this door open, which see how much tension is on this. There's quite a bit of tension on the door. All right, so let's open this and then we'll back in. Oh shit. Oh no. Well, that kicked open a lot of shit. All right, I guess we're gonna push that back into the building with the trailer. I probably just had a good like 500 pounds fall out on the back side of the trailer. So looks like we're gonna be pushing that in with the trailer. Or we're just gonna run it over. Either way, I gotta get this in here. It has before, I can tell you that much. Oh, come on now, back in. Give her some beans. There we go. All right. PTO, engine fan. All right, let's go check it out. I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. So, when it starts getting this full, like where you got a landslide that could happen, essentially, as it's unloading here, we're gonna have to keep pulling forward and let it empty out. So I won't be able to do too much of a video showing you guys it unloading. Oh yeah. Yep. That's what fell out. I was hoping it was gonna push it back, but oops. Yeah, instead of pushing it back, I just ran it over. I was really hoping the trailer was going to do a little bit more work on that. No, it's just a walk-in floor trailer, no dump to it. Doesn't have a lift or anything. When you're empty, yeah, yep. When I leave that axle up. Oh, the pins? So on the pins here, I have what I used to wear in my uniform from my very short time in the service. And then this was actually an event I did as an EMT. And that was a pin I got for doing the event for Toys for Tots, which was really, really exciting. So just a little memento of some of the things that I used to do. And then actually I'll show you on my arm here. So this was the tattoo that I got for my time as an EMT, and then this was actually for well, it's a dark reason that I have that tattoo, but essentially I wanted to get a memorial tattoo for patients that either were, ones that died while I was with them, as a little memento of like, sorry that went out. Like it's a very bittersweet that it happened, but I'm glad that, in those moments I was at least with those people when it happened to try and make it a little easier. Ultimately, I wound up with about 8 patients that had passed away while we were trying to save them. So it's just something to, I don't know how to talk about it, but yeah, a memento, to say the least, is the best way that I can put it. And then as for my time in the service, I was medically discharged while I was still in training because I had three discs herniated. Oh yeah, no, I know what happens. It just sucks. There were definitely a lot of like late winter nights, or I'd be working overnight, doing a lot of late winter trips, and you know, it was a challenge to say the least. But the best way I can describe the religion aspect is I do, but on the same flip, it's also something that I see as in there are many sheep in the flock to tend to. So I don't put myself anywhere in that flock. I keep myself back. But, for the people that do need them, I totally agree and understand. Me, myself, I just kind of sit back and do what I do. I know it's not a great explanation by any means. Oh, what the hell are we doing here? I'm not sure what he's got going on over there, because I'm going to be dumping out this door. Where the hell is he going? Oh, well, he's got way too big of a pile to clear before he gets to me, so we're going to continue dumping down this ramp. Alright, let's try and push a little trash back here. Hang tight. There we go. Oh. Yep. And so that's, and that's the thing there. That's why I see it as, people that do need them, I'm happy that's something that's there for them. But I know on my end of things, so I've also died 3 times in my life. And the thing that happened with me for it is I didn't see anything when it happened. Everything just kind of went dark. That's actually why I have my 3 skulls across my chest. But to kind of say the least, it's one of those things that I've kind of looked at maybe through a little bit of a tinted lens to say, oh, where are we going here? I don't know if he's going to want me to go forward so he can push this or not. Alright, never mind. Yeah, a lot, there's just a lot that I don't generally bring up, to say the least, right? That's just never really been my place to burden anybody else. Because, we on the backside, we all go through a lot. We all go through so much, and everybody has, very different backstories. We never truly know what somebody else is really going through in this life. So I always keep mine, on the backside, especially when I was an EMT. Just, I could use different things that I've had in the past for certain calls if I saw that it was, fit for it. But outside of that, generally, I just really tend to keep to myself on a lot of things. But, it's all right. Wow, that got really heavy for a second there. My bad. I did not mean to, get into that. That's my apologies there. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not even sure what to continue with, to be honest with you. You know. And yeah, there's people who have gone through just so much. It's crazy to think about. When we are done here, we're gonna head south, drop this trailer, grab on another loaded, and then take it home. And that's essentially what we got left tonight. You know, while we're sitting here, I'm gonna switch out my glasses too. Oh. Can't see shit without my glasses. There we go. All right. No, I could understand. I could totally understand that. I'm not sure where I'm gonna wind up. I really don't know. Hopefully somewhere good. That's at least the idea I have. But yeah, from the times that I have, from the times that I have died, it's kind of just been black. So it's like, well, that's what I have, coming to me. Then that's probably just what I have coming to me. As to if that's going to happen, I don't know. But while I'm here, I'm going to do my best to spread good, spread joy, help people out. Even though I'm a truck driver, I still try to do what I can to make differences for others. Because I mean, we're on this planet for such a short amount of time. We are. Another part-time job I do, funny enough, outside of this, is I actually go pick up bodies as a coroner assistant too. It's been a while since I've gone and done that, but just over the years of doing that, the EMT, like, it just made me realize that life is extremely, extremely short. So that was one of the reasons I got it back into making a YouTube channel when I jumped on here, was to get people in, have a good group, good conversations, and keep doing what we do. Hey, you have a great day, Texas Junebug. Thank you for joining in. It's been nice to have you in here. Yeah, I would say that's kind of the same place that I am with it as well. As it's a lot of topics I don't jump into, like politically, or I keep it more to myself. It doesn't make a difference who I tell about it, because at the end of the day, it just won't change. Oh, I go by the Lorax. Sorry, I'm watching. Here, I'll show you. This is what I'm watching right now, because essentially once the trash stops dumping out the back of the trailer, I have to pull forward. Is how I see, is pretty much what I'm doing. Yep. No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And I appreciate your concern. I do. Where are we at? Sorry, we're pulling forward again. So you'll kind of see here. since I'm kind of manually unloading this myself at this point. Whoop. Yeah, so essentially we're going to keep unloading, get this trailer emptied. We'll hit the scale, head south, drop and swap, and then we'll be rolling. No, oh, Lorax, that would be really nice. So I'm sorry, you know, Lorax, like so Lorax says it, yeah, tatted Lorax, yeah. All right, we're still dumping. No, sorry, I got a pouch in my lip, so it's throwing off my pronunciation. Speaking of which, sorry, my truck is trash right now. I just went through and cleaned this thing out too, which sucks that it fills up this quick in here, but it does. But I tell you what, guys, while I'm sitting here unloading, I'm gonna give my mom a call because I see that she jumped in the chat, and oh, it is back. Shit, my bad. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it is backwards, isn't it? Yeah, some days I'm a smooth brain. I ain't gonna lie. Some days there's no ridges up top some days, you know, especially by Thursday and Friday. I won't even know what I'm saying half the time we're on here. That's very true too. Yeah, no, most of my tattoos actually, yeah, no, all of my tattoos actually do mean something. I still haven't gone and gotten like one just for fun. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, we found the pothole. Ace. Criminy. That is going to be a 6-inch drop. All right. I guess we'll just sit in the pothole for right now and unload. Come take a look at this real quick. See how far down this thing actually drops into this pothole. Gonna need that. Yeah. Good God. That is a hell of a drop into the concrete. God, I hate hitting that. That's why when I'm back in, I have to take it so slow. All right, so here's what we've dumped so far. And we're still not unloaded. Great. I'm running out of driveway. But yeah, when the building gets really filled up, unfortunately, this is what we wind up having to do. Oh, you know what though? Looks like, yeah, all right, cool. We're about unloaded. All right, so we just got to pull forward a little bit more, get the rest of this off, and then we should be out of here. Finding my tilted truck here. Lord, this truck is... Let's see if I can get out of this pothole. I gotta take this one slow so I don't scrape my bumper. Come on, come on. Come on, grab. Come on. Oh, good Lord. All right, let's get the rest of this dumped. Oh, Lord, appreciate that. I'm gonna get finished up here, guys, and then I'm gonna get out of here, get south, go swap trailers. I'm gonna give my mom a call as soon as I'm done here and see how she's doing. I see she jumped in the chat. I hope everybody has had a wonderful day. I greatly appreciate everyone joining in, checking it out, seeing what I do. But yeah, we'll end the live stream here in a second. All right. And I look forward to seeing everybody again soon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in and checking it out.